Okay, welcome back and thank you for being here. Today we're going to be talking about travel and volunteering. This is a topic that actually came up on my TikTok where people were asking me like, how do you find opportunities? What is it? Like how does it work and everything? And over there I'm doing a series of like everything that I know about travel and volunteering and everything, and I was like, actually this would be a good idea to make a YouTube video on this. So here I am making a video about travel and volunteering. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically where you get opportunities to, when you travel to a place, you get the opportunity to volunteer. And this can literally be different things. You can volunteer doing different things, and in exchange for your skills and your work, you get free accommodation and free meal. And why this is important, honestly, it's so crucial if you want to travel on a budget and you feel like, oh, I don't have a lot of money, but I have money to take me there, and a little bit to spend here and there, but I also want to stay longer. So this can allow you to stay longer and you spend less. And when you come to the work that you can do, there's so many things. I feel like we all have our skills, and you know your strength and you know your weaknesses. And there's so many things you can do that you feel like other people can't. And there's also so many things you can do, other people can. And there's also a lot of things you can do that are very useful in a lot of different places. So let's say if you have like customer service, that is a skill that can be taken anywhere you go, literally everywhere in anywhere, and it's always needed anywhere. So if you have skills like that, like customer service or like bartending or like any kind of like hospitality skills, that's so useful. And if you can offer those to a place, and in exchange for your skills, they can give you free accommodation. So other skills that I know people even use are like personal trainers. Like if you're a gym instructor, you can look into places where they're looking for gym instructors, and in exchange for your sessions and the work that you put in and your time, you get free accommodation and free food. I even know people who do social media where they manage social media of a place, so like a business, and in exchange for that they get free meal and free accommodation. It can be a lot of things, like, and especially when it comes to content, it can be a lot of things. It can be content writing, content creating, content editing. It can be a lot of things just in that space of social media and things like that. And even teachers also, people also go to volunteer to be teachers, where they teach English or they teach Spanish or they teach any language that you can speak and it's needed in a lot of places. You can offer that, and people can give you free accommodation and free meal instead of paying you money. They can do that. I feel like it's so good because you're in a place, like a new place. Yes, and then you're also gaining experience and you're also helping people. It feels so fulfilling. For me, I felt like it was. So that's why I even continued to do volunteering for the time that I was in the Philippines. I got to volunteer at three different places, and all of these places I got to do different things. In the first place, I was a part promoter where I was like promoting to kind of tell people, like at the hostel. It was a hostel, and I would tell them, oh, like we have pub crawl, or like we have an event today, come and join and everything. And usually I would also help to host. And then the second place that I got to volunteer, I was actually a event host. It was also at the hostel, and at the hostel they needed someone to like host bingo night, trivia night, all these kind of events at the hostel, all the games nights and things like that. And that was my job. I was able to do that, and even though I'd never done that specific job before, I was able to go with it because I have experience with people and like hospitality and things like that. So I felt like it was easy, kind of like a transition to go into this like event hosting and things like that. And the third place that I got to volunteer was actually in a bar where I got to work as a bartender, and I was just kind of like helping around mostly. I was not really making the drinks, but I was like serving the drinks and just making simple drinks, not like cocktails and mocktails, not anything like that. And then that was really good as well. Like I got to meet a lot of people, a lot of fun people. So as a volunteer, what can you actually get out of your volunteering? This can really depend. I remember my first volunteer opportunity, and most of the things that I got, like benefits of my volunteering, was actually, so free food, obviously that's a must. Free food and free accommodation, these are like must. And then with your free food and your accommodation, you also get discounts on things like laundry. You get discounts on things like motorbike if you want to rent a motorbike, and they gave me like 50% off. So instead of paying 500, I was paying 250. And these like things like this, it's actually so good. And you even have like discounts at other places as well, like bars and things like that. So that was really cool. And the second place and the third place were actually similar because it was owned by the same people. So of course I had a free meal and the free accommodation, but then again I had pool access to the boutique. Like in El Nido they have like a boutique, so I could go use the boutique pool, and that was for free. I even had like discounts on the tours. Any tours that I go to do in El Nido, I could do those ones for free, and I just have to pay back this necessary fees like taxes and environmental fee. I think that was it. Yoga, of course, yoga sessions were also for free. That was really good because I love yoga, so I was able to do at least like yoga sessions, like 4 or 3 yoga sessions a week. I love that so much, especially in Shaga. It was so fun. So those are some things you can expect if you go into volunteering. You can get more than just accommodation free, and you also get like discounts on a lot of things. I love that about it. So where can you even get the opportunities to volunteer, and where can you search for them and things like that? I know there's so many ways, and I know there's so many places you can find opportunities, but the ones I personally know and experience is actually World Packers and Direct Message. So what I mean by World Packers, it's literally just a company. It's a company where you sign up. You have to sign up as a member, like a yearly membership, where you pay like 59 US dollars. That's about like 90 91 Australian dollars. And in this case, you just pay once a year, and you can find places, or you can find opportunities in as many places as you can. And I love that because it gives you a lot of opportunities as well. Like on World Packers, I think around the world they have opportunities around the world, like in Asia, in South America, in Africa, in Australia, in literally everywhere that you can think of. They have a lot of opportunities, and then you just have to see where you want to go and you apply jobs there. And that's how usually World Packers work. You just have to sign up, and you just put in your information. You put in your profile, like you update your profile and things like that, and you just have to say what your experience is, and how many years you have in that experience, and how many like skills you have, and how many skills you gain, like things like that. It kind of just, they want to know who you are and what you do and what opportunities you're looking for. And then over there you just have to apply for as many places as you can. When I was in the Philippines and I wanted to go to Bohol, I applied it to like all the places that I know were available in Bohol, and I got a message back, and that's how I got my first opportunity on World Packers. Honestly, it was such an eye-opening opportunity because I was very skeptical at first, because I was just like, this is online things, I don't even know, maybe it's a scam and things like that. But the people that I went to volunteer for were amazing people. That being my first experience opened so much for me, where I was just like, I want to do this again and again and again. And even when I decided to do my second opportunity, my second volunteering, I was also looking through World Packers, but I was not able to find that. So that's where direct messages come from. So my second opportunity, I messaged them directly. I actually messaged them on WhatsApp because I wanted to go to El Nido, and in World Packers they didn't really have a lot of opportunities in El Nido, or like the specific place that I wanted to go, it was not on World Packers. So I was like, how can I find it? So I messaged them directly, and I was like, hi, my name is Bertine, and I have these skills and this and this. This is what I can offer in exchange for food and free accommodation. And they were like, yeah, come through. We actually need someone. And I was like, just like that. So I went, and that's how I got to volunteer in El Nido for like 7 weeks that I was there. And it was such a good opportunity as well. So that's where I got to do most of like game hosting, and like It was so fun. I had so much fun hosting all the trivia nights, bingo nights, and games like that. Another thing that actually helped me was actually word of mouth, just saying and talking and asking people. So when I was in El Nido, the manager there, he actually knew the manager in Shagao. So when I told him like, I'm thinking to go to Shagao, like, and he was like, oh, have you thought of volunteering while you're there? I was like, that would be a good idea because Shagao is a bit expensive and it'll be nice to kind of have some of my costs covered. I was just like, yeah, do you know anyone? He was like, yeah, I actually know someone there. Maybe you should, reach out to them and things like that. So he gave me his number and reached out to them and they were like, yeah, we're actually looking for someone if you can come through. And that was so good. Also, I had such a good experience. So I've already said three ways that I got to use. It was World Packers and I also got to use direct messages where I message them personally, and then word of mouth, just talking to people and asking. I feel like those are easier ways. So with word of mouth, of course, it's free. With direct message, of course, it's free. But if you're considering word packers, which is also really good, you just have to pay for the membership. I hear. I've also heard people use Workaway. I haven't used that yet, so I don't really know how it works. But I think you also have to pay a membership like World Packers, but I don't really know much about it. And working this while I'm away from home was another aspect that I did not expect I would like get anything out of. I was just like, yeah, I've done hospitality, I've talked to people, it's just another day. But I actually definitely felt like it was a bit different because I'm in a new country, I'm meeting new people, I'm even getting to work with locals who are different to the people that I work with while here in Australia. So that was another aspect that I was just like, oh, this is interesting. Like I got to see the working culture and I got to understand a little bit of like how things goes on and how things works in the Philippines and things like that. So that was really cool. As I said, this is a very good opportunity as someone who loves to travel slow, and because travel slow and I stay longer in a lot of places, it can be that easy to do that because I know in a lot of places they do prefer for someone to stay at least 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks instead of someone who is staying 1 week. So you have more advantage if you're staying longer in a place. That way they can have you longer and you get used to the guests and things like that. So these are some things that I know about volunteering and where you can find opportunities and how you can even reach out to them. Honestly, I feel like if you've considered it, it's already a step away to just go into it. And if you don't have money to pay for places like World Packers or Walkaway and things and similar apps, you can just reach out directly, tell them what you have, what skills you can offer them, and see if they actually need you. And just like a lot of things in life, honestly, if you don't ask, you will never know. You will just assume, oh, maybe it's for other people, and maybe until you ask and they tell you, actually, yes, we need you, come here. So you never really know. If you have any questions, of course, ask them in the comments and I can answer them to the best of my ability. That's what I really wanted to talk about because I feel like this is something people don't really know much, but I also got to find out about it because I was curious and I was just like, I want to know more and I want to look into it. And it's one of those experiences now I'm like, I want everybody to know about this, especially if it's something you're interested in. Anyways, thank you for watching and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye.